Quick thank you to Bandai Namco Europe and Sensei Gogo for the screenshots I got. On to Season 7 review. You're probably watching this with Season 8 already out. Sorry about that. I just had a weird thing with Season 7 this time, to where I just been late with everything. Like, oh, Season 7's here, and now the review's just coming out late. Sorry. But yes, it's time to just do the usual thing we're here to do. Review Season 7, the flaws, the pros, and give my final rating on it. Because this season had so much potential, and I believe it lived up to its potential sometimes, but it really did squander the ball in a lot of places. So yes, let's review and rank Season 7, the anniversary season. One of the most important aspects to a My Hero Ultra Rumble season is the character and quirk skill set that it brings, because that's the main form of content this season wants to offer you. This season gave us Hawks, Sting Dance Toga, and another character, that being Present Mike, to make the season feel more special and have its anniversary title on its name, by giving us two characters, which is pretty awesome. How do I feel about these characters? Well, I have two of them, that being Sting Dance Toga and Present Mike. So let's review the one that came last first, Present Mike. First up is Present Mike, who lives up to the usual standard of My Hero Ultra Rumble characters being fun to play. My favorite part about him being his combos, and the fact that he has a handful of them. Let's start off with his Beta combo, since there is most well-known combos being Beta Alpha and Beta Gamma. I already like the options we have so far. Not only can Beta Gamma be paired up with the radio so you can deal more damage, you can save up on your Gamma socks just in case you want to attack from above like in this clip, or just save up for a movement option just in case things get dicey. But then you also have Beta Gamma, which is also no slouch in damage. Even though you're wasting a movement option, it gets stronger when your allies are KO'd. And also, if you don't have an Alpha stock, this is a great alternative. And it doesn't even stop there. Melee can go into his Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. So you also have just more options. With also one final option being your jumping melee, which stuns the opponent, so you can just do jumping melee Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. It's so cool to see a character have this many combos, along with his super special gimmick being the DJ Punch, to where when your allies get KO'd, you do more damage. Going from a 106 on the Aizawa with both of my allies not KO'd, but with no allies, it goes up to 140, which is a really big boost. This makes me excited for the future to see what they're gonna do with this mechanic. Like, alright, let's not headcanon. I'm just happy they really want to do this. And finally, his special action, Radio Noise, which duplicates his Alpha and Beta to where it can do double damage, which is kind of the worst part about him, since I feel like he does too much damage because of this. But still, it's positioning that matters with this attack, like in this clip, to where I'm attacking Bakugo from both sides, in front and behind him, so both my Beta and Alpha are just like targeting him from two different angles. And you can do this for your held down Beta. I feel like the positioning of this concept is really cool. But that's all I have to say for Present Mike, a welcome addition to this cast. Next up is Sting Dance Toga, and I have to say, she is the funnest character to play from Season 7. Not only does she have what Present Mike has, that being combos, she has that in tenfold due to her transformation combos as well. Even Base Toga has a lot of combos, starting off with some of them being Beta Beta, Beta Alpha Gamma, Alpha Alpha Gamma, Beta Alpha, or Beta Gamma. The fact that she has so many routes to do these combos is awesome. Now, just like Present Mike, it mostly comes from her Beta, but still you got some Alpha Gamma combos there too. Now, going on to some transformation combos, this just makes it even better. Like, I'm doing some simple ones, like, alright, you have Katsuki Bakugo here, I'm gonna do Hauser Impact into her Gamma, or just Assault Deku's Beta into her Gamma. Simple stuff like that. I'm not gonna go too in depth with them, since I can just make this video pretty long, or her segment longer. But sadly, I don't have too much to say about her, because she still has the same Toga game plan, just get your blood to abuse your infinite reload speed. But one thing I like about her than old Toga is that you have to be pretty precise with her Gamma, giving her a higher skill ceiling, because not only do you have to land all these combos precisely, especially since your Gamma is just a straight line, a pretty thin one at that too, so you have to be careful not to just throw it out willy-nilly. But overall, Sting Dance Toga is a really fun character that I sadly enough don't have too much to say. And finally, the first character to start it all in Season 7, that being Hawks. Well, I can't give too much on him. While yes, I did summon on his banner, I didn't want him. I only summoned on the banner just because it was a festive season. I was like, alright, let's just be a little crazy on the anniversary. So how do I feel about Hawks? Well, I haven't played him since that Season 7 video. I still find him fun with the flying, shooting your feathers, tracking people. But the main issue with him is that he's just too powerful. One of the most powerful characters in My Hero Ultra Rumble history, with just his aggressive chase down with the beta doing a lot of damage. The fact his feathers can auto-track you while having so many of them. And the fact that he could just set a tracker on you just to keep tabs on you is crazy. Now, he doesn't make me too mad. I do like looking at him, but overall, my final thoughts are they should really nerf him. And since this video is going to be released while Season 8 is out, how do I feel about his nerfs now? They could have hit him a little harder. But yeah, that is all I have to say for Hawks. A fun character to look at, but definitely needs some more tuning down. Next up, the Pro License, the good old Pro License, giving you hero crystals, roll tickets, voice lines, gallery pieces, agency points, and costumes. Level 15, hero costume beta version, combat colors for Uraraka. Level 25, UA Summer uniform, dangerous colors for Kirishima. UA Summer uniform for Kaminari. Level 35, your final skin being UA Summer uniform, Momo. Like usual, I'm a fan of this Pro License. Uraraka and Kirishima's color variants are nice. I especially like Kirishima's black and yellow aesthetic. The characters that got the skins this go around too is also a welcome addition. Momo and Kaminari do not get that many skins, so seeing them get the love from the devs is sweet. One minor gripe I have with this Pro License is that it suffers from a bit of repetition, which makes it feel a little lazy because 3 characters just have the summer uniforms in the Pro License. Like, I wish they did something different for Kirishima, like, I don't know, a hero costume. But still, that's just a minor gripe for a pretty good Pro License. I feel like the last season had a better Pro License, though. Let's start off with the best bug fix going to overall, and that being his Gamma to where you can't use it out of hit stun anymore, thank you. Not only is he now forced to use Disassemble, it also makes it easier for melee characters to fight him. Another bug that goes to overall is to him and Shigaraki. When Shigaraki used area glitch on him, while overall used Disassemble, this would force overall to become rigid and not be able to be operated. I don't know what this really means. It's just kind of weird since it never happened to me, so I can't show you a clip of it. But overall, they did fix it, so yeah. Now on to the man who got his arm blown off by overall. Mr. Compress had a bug to where reflected bullets would do different damage for guard points and HP points. I can't really show this off properly as well since I presume they fixed it and I don't play Mr. Compress. Another bug that they fixed is for Mirio, his Alpha Phantom Threat. They fixed a bug where the attack range on the 4th consecutive strike was not expanded for level 4 and 9. Thank you. Bug fixed it to Aizawa to his Alpha and Beta. Let's start off with his Alpha being Biting Cloth Capture. Fix a bug that sometimes prevented capture in certain situations. Now I think I understand this one to where you just get the wet noodle. Right now I'm just like wrapping up Shigaraki and just throwing another Alpha. To be an example, like, alright, yeah, it's just a wet noodle and just slaps him downwards. Thank you for fixing that bug. It was annoying when I sometimes played Aizawa. It was just like, it would just do that. Thank you. Another one was to Aizawa's Beta, being Powerhouse Kick Barrage. Fix a bug that the number of hits could change depending on frame rate. Now this one never happened to me since I mostly use it for a traversal tool. So thank you for the bug fix. I will definitely play Aizawa more because of this. The final rounds of bug fixes, they fixed Technical Show's Alpha. When interacting with All Might's Gamma, Oklahoma Smash, it would lose its hit detection. And they fixed a bug to where the player character, when they changed their character, the roll and quirk skill set display would not change and be continued to display the previous information. Now we're on the Bustin' Nerf, starting off with Katsuki Bakugo Strike variant to where they decrease the damage of AP shot at all levels, sucks for him. And they remove the damage attenuation at penetration for his Alpha also. Then they also shorten the intervals between his house or impact, making it faster from what I presume, which is cool for him. They also nerf Strike Dobby, just his Alpha range. Still goes pretty far, so it's just kind of hard to notice. They shadow reverted his Gamma to where it just doesn't remain at percentage, it just goes back to 0. And they also made it to where it just doesn't hit through walls anymore. Sadly enough, they didn't revert Technical Dobby, which is stupid. He still needs 3 traps to kill. They didn't shadow revert that, which sucks for him. Strike Shigaraki would receive a change to his Gamma to where when descending a ledge it will not waste the stock. And then Kendo would get a distance increase on her camera when deploying her shield. Next up is Mirio, who would just catch a slew of nerfs, starting off with his uncharged Alpha to where it will be made easier to blow away opponents. Then he has the 225 HP nerf, along with this charged up Alpha doing less damage from level 4 to 9. Then his beta would launch the opponent further, and after this you can only do one alpha to where it nerfed the combo ability. They buffed his gamma to where it's bigger, and they reduced his reload speed on his special action, so it's a nerf. But they gave it the same buff as his beta to where when you take damage, the permeation state will stay as is. For the final two, starting off with Technical Todoroki, they reduced the time lag before activation on his alpha, while also decreasing the amount of time the ice remains on the field. Then for his beta, Heaven Piercing Ice Wall, they nerfed his side hitboxes to where you can't just rely on it anymore, you just have to hit the pillar directly in the middle. And finally Endeavor, to where they nerfed his alpha, decreasing the available burn time when you long press it, but they actually buffed his gamma to where they increased the damage at all levels, but also increased the time it takes to use the skill at all levels. Alright, so the first wave of buffs and nerfs were fine. Like, I like how they reverted Strike Dabi. I found it more fun that way, so thank you. Then they also nerfed his alpha range, which I like how they're trying to take him down a peg, but that wasn't the main issue with Strike Dabi. Then we got Technical Todoroki, to where they nerfed the side hitbox on his beta. Thank you. Not only did that make it annoying to fight against Technical Todoroki, it just takes him down a peg in a nice way. Then they also reverted overall to where he can't just use his Gamma out hit stun. Thank you. But it was just bad in a lot of other parts. Why did they nerf Strike Bakugo, a character who didn't really deserve it? He wasn't that strong in the current meta, so I don't know why they nerfed his damage. Then they also decided to just nerf Endeavor again. Like, I don't know what they want to do with this character. They just only target his alpha and nothing else, really. Then you got the fact that they didn't Shadow Revert Technical Dabi. Like, why are they Shadow Reverting Strike but not Technical? Whatever. And another problem I have with this season, with the buffs and nerfs, is the fact that I left out a character intentionally, that being Present Mic, that they buffed. And when he wasn't even released, it's like, why? Characters that do deserve buffs and nerfs, yet they chose to buff an unreleased character. Especially when one character that was running around in Season 7 deserved a nerf but never really got one, that being Hawks. The fact that he managed to avoid so many patch notes is crazy, and they buffed the character, which is crazy, but buffing no others was just sad. One of my main criticisms for Season 7, that being the buffs and nerfs this season, were terrible, especially with the patch notes. Like, going back to Hawks, he had a bug to where he couldn't use the jump pad, or he also had an extra gamma stock when you just mash the button fast enough. Like, you had 2 gammas, mash the button fast enough, then you get 3 gammas for some reason. It just sucked the fact that they didn't fix that until the bitter end when the season was over. It just made the season feel so lackluster in terms of the patch notes. Anyway, let's go on to the next thing. My Hero Ultra Rumble's Twitter account would make a special announcement during Season 7, a tournament called the Discord Cup that will be broadcasted live in their Discord server for PC players on November 17th. Now, I'm not in the Discord server myself, so I just watched it on Sensei Gogo's live stream. What do I think of it? Well, for their first crack at it, it was good. Let's start off with some flaws. The commentators talked for too long in the first half. Not only did I want to see some Season 8 gameplay with the high-level players, the fact their commentary wasn't even that interesting in the first half too made it really bad for the first half. If they aren't even bad, I just think they weren't in their element during that time. And I think the commentators were good. This is where Sensei Gogo and the Sprint will help out by elevating it to where I think their commentary was funny together. They'll get a chuckle out of me. I was also playing a video game at the time, so my attention was just kind of separated. But when they actually started to get to the fighting, I was like, alright, let me hop off the game to be infatuated with this. Like, let me engage in this. And it was good. The second flaw is that it was only for PC players. Now, it sucks because it just feels like they're ignoring the other consoles and platforms. Now, maybe they just didn't have the money to, like, try this, or maybe they just wanted to start out small. But it still sucks that it was only one platform that got this love and not the others. If they ever do this again, hopefully they'll like include other platforms, or maybe it's just like a thing. They'll go like, alright, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch. It's maybe in like some order. But now onto the positives. It was fun to watch the tournament. Now I expected some meta characters like Hawks, especially since he's really strong right now with the beta, you know. There was like 6 teams with the Strike Deku and the Hawks. showing how powerful they are. Hopefully King does sit down and learn for this, nerfing them appropriately. But still, it was fun seeing all these players fight, going all out, especially PC players too, so I don't know how they play really. So it's just nice to see the difference between them. And then also, the team that won also surprised me. Now, yes, there was a Strike Deku on there, but the fact that it was a technical Shoto Todoroki and a Momo just shows that you don't need to always play the meta to win, and you can just play whatever characters you like. Now, I'm not trying to say those characters are bad, but still, the fact that they were even there, and the other characters were there too, just sets a positive precedence that you just don't need to play meta. And also, congratulations to the players who played in that, especially to you, Meliora, who won the tournament. Congratulations to all your players. Thank you to the commentators who commentated it. You did a good job. And congratulations to Sensei Gogo for, well, more of a thank you for Sensei Gogo for live streaming it. I wouldn't have saw it without you. Congratulations to all the players again. I know I'm not brave enough to go out there. The fact they were confident to not only show off their skills, and they did a good job at it, is more than I can ever do. Thank you for the good events. Hopefully they do this again. Now we're on the map changes. I have to say they did a great job with the second map. First of all, let's start off with jump pads. One of the things they try to sell for this season being aerial combat, and that's where jump pads come in. I love the fact that they help no movement characters have an extra option to escape the fight, and helps them struggle a little less. And the fact that you can use jump pads to elevate yourself to a building, or maybe to one of the bridges, is an awesome concept, and helps you be more creative with escaping a fight. The next and final thing I really like about the map changes are the fact that it opens up so many pathways for you now. Like, for example, you can either just run down below, maybe you have more space down there, or maybe you want to go onto one of the bridges because you want to go inside the UA High School building. Or maybe you just want to run along a bridge that has a metal beam road to where you can go to another sector of the building, like a lower elevation. And the fact that you have these options now because of the jump pads and bridges helps the map feel more connected, and I love that. Hopefully one day they introduce something for the Season 1 map to where it also has a special function in its own unique way. Even though it doesn't affect gameplay, I really like the new designs of the Team Enhancement Kit, the full heal and the full shield. Not only do they look cute with the little Nezu inside of them, I love how they say thank you multiple different languages while you're drinking or while they're on the ground. Then this is enhanced by the bubble inside the main lobby room before you go out to battle. The fact that it also says multiple thank yous, then when you pop it, it bursts out multiple little balloons with thank yous, then first anniversary. It's just really sweet on the dev's part. I love the quality of life changes in training mode to where you can reset your position to just go back to a certain area that you want to go back to, or reset the bots. The fact that they made it to where you can increase the reload speed too instead of having to pick up cards is awesome, and this makes training mode much easier to just play in. A welcome addition. Starting off with my minor achievements during Season 7, I managed to earn Izuku Midoriya's Ace Rank emblem. I'm proud of this one since he's my favorite character. Pulling the Cyber Hero costume while also getting lucky enough to pull his 100% outfit. I'm more of a fan of the Cyber Hero costume, but still two great outfits. Getting the Ace Himiko Toga emblem, pulling the Q-Pow skin for Momo, and the casual wear for Mount Lady. A nice setup of costumes. We also pulled Cyber Hero costume Todoroki, Mirio's festival outfit, and we also got Parallel World Hawks. You know, I should have gone... You know what, let's just drop it. Now, I also managed to pull Mirio when he was nerfed to the ground this season. You know what, better than never. Now that's all said and done, we're here again. How many times have we been here? Season 5, 6, 7, 3 times. We've been here 3 times. But what is my final ranking for the anniversary season? Season 7. Well, a 7.2 out of 10. My second favorite season. Now, even though it suffers from one of the worst flaws in any season, to where I believe the balance changes sucked, the bugs were terrible along with the terrible start, it could have been the worst season, especially with the weight of it being the anniversary season. But when I felt like Season 7 reached its potential, it was glorious. And it wasn't the problem that it didn't meet my expectations, No, it's the fact that they disappointed me in a lot of aspects to where they just didn't do anything. Season 7 consistently met my expectations when they did do it. Like going on to a small thing like the Hero Research Notebook. The fact it gave you 300 tickets along with some other gifts was awesome. Not only it made me hype for all the tickets, it gave me some cool stuff that I could use in the future. And then we also have the content this season was awesome. The two characters were fun, that being Hawks and Present Mike. Even though I didn't pull Hawks, the first time I ever used him was fun. Present Mike is a character I pulled, and he's fun to play with the high damage and combos. Then Rapid Toga is a nice iteration of Toga that I find really fun. I want to get better with her. Then you got the small stuff, like them showing the character off when you enter in the game. That's being implemented in Season 8 too. The fact that I see Hawks on the screen to hype him up more instead of like, oh hey, he's here, just scroll to him now. No, the fact that they want to introduce you to the character now by saying new character has been added is awesome. Along with the map too, that's also a nice change that I really do love. Then you got the Cyber Hero costumes, the original outfits that the devs made themselves, and it's cool. I love the Cyber Hero outfits, and I summoned for them willingly. And the fact that it's going to be made down the line to where they're going to do more original skins. Currently in Season 8, we got Cyberpunk Dabi and Cyberpunk Hawks. I love Cyberpunk Dabi, and he's one of my favorite skins in the game. And the fact that Season 7 paved the way for this is nice to me. Season 7 had a lot of flaws, massive flaws too, but when it reached those peaks, they consistently blew me away. But now on to the final segment, my first impressions on Season 8. Alright, so first impressions on Season 8, how do I feel about it? Well, they didn't get rid of the terrible team screen, so you have to deal with that still, not being able to kick players or just leave yourself. But I'm happy that they didn't get rid of jump pads. I'm so happy they didn't get rid of jump pads. Then, we also have the fact that Nejire is here now. The first female character to be added. How do I feel about fighting Nejire? She's annoying to fight. The air stall is just really good. The fact her beta can knock you down pretty fast so she can just reset you is annoying. She feels like a rapid character, more or less technical. Then, how do I feel about playing as her? I used the rental tickets for her, and she's fine. Not more fun than Muriel, Strike Dabi, Overhaul, Technical Todoroki, and all the things that came out of Season 7. She's less fun than those guys, but I still think she's fun. I just really don't want to summon for her. Then you also got the tuning system, which I still got a question mark over my head for that one, so I'm gonna just leave that on the side. But I love how you could get an aura from using the tuning system. You have special keys. That's really cool and a welcome change. The wallpapers or the loading screens are fine. But yeah, that's going to be pretty brief first impressions. You already know how we usually end this. Have fun in Season 8.